You guys, I just wanted to talk about like how music don't get upset if you're not learning right away or if you're struggling with the positions or whatever. Music is a real long journey. Yeah, pursued interest, big time. Um, and I tell people all the time if they want to listen. Most people don't, unless you're into music. That music's like a hidden language, okay? And the language has to be deciphered, and you have to pick it apart and find what you like, don't like. You got to figure it out, okay? So with music, I just have figured out like your ear develops for individuals what they like to listen to, or you'll just start to develop a like conversational language in music, if this makes sense. So let's say we're in the key of B, okay? And we're gonna call and response, communicate. No, we're not in the, we're just using, watch what I'm talking about. B, okay? B minor right here. A major. And then you can communicate, that already communicates very well in my mind, okay? Now we're going to even communicate even further in between each. So now you're developing the improv or whatever. To me, it's language, it's communication. Watch. And I'm a trades guy, so I seem to play a lot of high pitch stuff. I think it's because I blow my ears out, so my mind is constantly like a higher pitch. I don't know, like, this is what I love about music. I'm trying to dig deep into helping people, especially if they're into it. I know there's millions and millions of people into music. That's why I love music and teaching and learning. I've learned everything, so much stuff off YouTube, and now I'm trying to give back. Like you can see here, I actually painted my fretboard to develop a sight awareness on chord shapes and patterns. If you want to dig, and that extremely helped my gameplay in music. Because now, no matter what the internet tells me, where we are, what add 9, diminish this, yada yada, I got it all figured out. And then anytime someone's like, oh, on the fifth string, the A, or whatever. So my A is brown, right? Let me demonstrate. Now I know every A. And now I know every highlighted tone that goes with the A is always directly near, like, one down, one over. So A and E. That's off after painting this. I'm a pattern person, so extreme amounts of patterns start like formulating after staring at this pad. Like I used to hold it like this so I could see the actual color corresponding. Now when I stare at my guitar over here, that one, that's a blank canvas. I have the same, I can see the canvas, so I still know where the notes are, okay? So, I don't know. It's really helped me out a lot. And I started out with saying something about don't give up, because that's what I'm getting at. If you are trying to learn something, Don't give up because you're struggling at first. You know, maybe, like, I learn a lot when I'm sleeping. Like, when I'm sleeping is when retention is happening. And then when I wake up the next day or a couple days later, or if I give it a break, and then I grab it, all that time that I wasn't doing this thing, that's when you're learning. As long as when you're doing the thing, you're trying to do things that, like, mistakes, mess ups, like, more, like, broaden what you're doing. If you only play country, do, I don't know, a mix up of, I don't know, but I just thought, any of this basic knowledge, I'm no professional. I stick to the basics. And everything I'm teaching or trying to show people in every career, music is a hobby that I developed later in life. At the age of 31 is when I picked up my first guitar. And within a few months, I was doing this painted pattern because I about had it with every day. I was trying to do something that I couldn't figure out because I didn't have a really good, like, music is so deep that if you can't get something to make it easier, you're gonna be a lot. That's why no one does it. They all give up. Like, seriously. So that helped me out a lot. Okay, guys? I'm not recommending that you paint your color. It just really helped me out because now I have a visual aid to help me see the chord shapes. In the cage system, there's chord shapes. Now I see all the chord shapes. Now I can make any chord an A chord. I got so sidetracked. A in 20 different positions. Here we go. A. 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 All A stuff. And then like, I know that brown and orange and red always go together. So when I'm looking, if I'm staring and I'll just grasp those colors, all of a sudden, bang, there's that. Well, right in mid-flight, right in mid-plane. I'm like, oh, sweet, there's my next getaway to make this sound good. Or that's what I was looking for to resolve this phrase. Like, oh crap, I don't know what to do right now. I've been just zipping. People are like, oh man, is he ever gonna end that? And then just ended it. Nice. And if you are even further involved into this stuff, you'll realize that no matter what you're playing, what key you're in, you can make every sound on this guitar work with that key, because they will tell you certain keys there's certain family members that belong in certain keys of a guitar. And like, I know that they're right, because if the family of A is D, E, F sharp, those are the best members of the family. They're the ones that are the nicest looking, or they are the most athletic. But that's a kind of a false training, because the other members of that key have just as much value. The second note in the key of A, things ripping. Doesn't matter what they say about it having to be the fifth. Yeah, the fifth is great. A third rocks, a third note, because that defines your mood. Your third is your I'm either major or minor today. I'm either feeling it or I ain't. So if you can use your third and your advantage, like if I'm not feeling it today, I'm rocking this minor-y third. I don't know, you guys out there are gonna be like, oh, I don't care. Basics. That's where you gain ingenious ideas. Basics. Studying the simple sides of life. Music is famous for that. Look at Neil Young and people that absolutely skyrocketed because of a simple one chord song, like staying simple. Okay? You grow from simplicity. I don't know. So I do know, as far as I shouldn't be saying I don't know. I don't, but I do. As far as this all experience in my own life. I wouldn't even think 11 minutes in there's anyone listening to this right now. But if you are, I'm just trying to give the musical experience to someone. Don't do set in stone on everything, because if you do, then you're stuck in boxes. You'll be stuck in an A major box for 25 years because you can't get out of it, because that's not the formula that they told you to do. They tell you to do an A major box is a 1, 4, 5, 4. You know, it is. And then you got your 6. And that's great. It's beautiful. The whole world revolves around the 1, 4, 5. We all follow the same formula. The 1, 4, 5, 6. Don't forget your minus 6 in there. But I don't care about that. I like other stuff. So whatever everyone's telling you to do the opposite. If everyone's telling you not to paint your fretboard, yeah. Okay. So I don't care if they say this doesn't belong here. If you're clever enough with music, that's why I said it's a language. If you're a frosty silver tongue language expert, if you can make just beauty out of, if you can like slither your words right in, like if you're absolute genius, clever with language, okay? This is a language. So if you're into that stuff, learn the language by doing it. That's what they teach all the time. You don't teach a baby how to, where the period goes, or where the conjunction is, or the adjectives. You just keep talking to the kid, and the kid acquires the language, right? That's the common you guys YouTube thing. It's acquired. Acquired means that you're just surrounded by it, just from every direction. Bang, 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 bang. Like everyone. Like, so if you're acquiring Spanish, you go live in Spain, right? If you're from America, or if you're acquiring something, you dive into it, right? Because then you just start to learn things from being into this. So with music, right, you dive head first into this. You figure it out. You don't figure it out. Because you can't ever figure out the language. It's impossible. But you can learn the language and learn that it doesn't matter what they say. All these beautiful notes on this whole alphabet or on any instrument, because they all follow the same rules pretty much. My piano follows the same alphabetical rules as this does. And when I learned the alphabetical rules of this, the piano that I bought, the harmonica that I bought, all them instruments that I bought that all follow the same exact rule book. They all follow the same formulas. If you know, and I painted the same colors too on my instrument, other instruments. I painted it the same color, like my G on my on my piano is the same color as this G. My A on my other piano is the same color, my B. So then it's even more sinking in when you're playing. And when I'm playing piano, I see these colors that do the same. They do the same thing here. So I'm gonna wrap this up with that. And I hope you don't just ever give up on your dream of playing guitar, because it's changed my life. And I believe that we study the basics in life. Simple. And that's, you just focus on ignorant amount of time of doing the same thing. And then, and only then do you break off of that, and you learn. When you break off of doing the same exact thing, playing the same notes, repetitive, same practice routines, same. Then when you break off of that, massive happening here. Because you're so, like, your foundation is ridiculously strong into the basics of this thing to, yep, alrighty.